Hey, yo, what's going on, you guys? Got a brand new deck guide for you guys today. Today, we're going to be going over the brand new Surfer list that Bryant's from my Discord made. And this list was an absolute banger of a list over here. We, of course, have a variety of just different Surfer cards because you're just doing Surfer things. But the kicker is you're running Fallen One in this list. And you're probably like, Tucker, why in the world are you running Fallen One in a Surfer list? And let me tell you. The reason why we're running Fallen One in this list because you actually have a variety of different ways to get extra Fallen One value. The main one, of course, is going to be Captain Carter. Because the way Fallen One looks at current power, in order to give you that as your set energy for the rest of the game, you can use Captain Carter to be able to have your Fallen One have more power in that back row. This also is a great card to be hit by Gwenpool, a great card to be hit by Surge, a great card to be hit also by Viv Vision and Maverick. Those are the main ones, because if you do Agony won't allow you to get the extra proc for that extra power. Fallen One goes off and then, merges with Agony. So you won't be able to get the proc, unfortunately, there. But this list was so much fun. We actually had a lot of great success playing Surfer, which I was like, wait, why are we playing Surfer? But the kicker card in this list, honestly, is Viv Vision. And we talked about Viv Vision recently on the Yap. From going from a 3-3 to a 3-4. This card is kind of scary. Like, I think this actually has a really good stat point now to be able to allow you to proc its ability multiple times. Which, of course, if you guys did not know what Viv Vision's ability is because you didn't buy Viv Vision, it is at the start of each turn. If you're winning the location Viv is at, you give every card in your hand +1 power. Every card in your hand gets +1 power. I also do realize my camera is in the way, so we're going to move it over a little bit so you guys can actually see there if you guys want to read it yourself. But yeah, at the start of each turn, if you're winning the location, get +1 power to every card in your hand. If you're not winning, it moves to another location. So sometimes you can clog your board. In a sense, sometimes if your Viv goes to the lane you don't need it to go to, that can happen. But this card's good now. This card is genuinely really, really good. And buffing cards like a Sebastian Shaw, gets +2 power every time it gets a buff. So it gets hit once by Viv, it goes to a 3-8. Pretty good. Something like a Maverick also hitting it gets an additional +2, plus the power Maverick gave it. Of course, if it's in a Captain Carter lane, it's not going to get any extra power there. If you get hit by an America Chavez, this goes to a 310. An Agony, it goes to a 310. A Surge, it goes to a 3-8 as well. Surfer, of course, gives it an additional 4 power per Surfer proc because, the 2 from Surfer, then 2 from Shaw itself. Gwenpool onto Sebastian Shaw, a really great enabler there. And you have Chameleon. You have Chameleon in this deck as well. You're copying this mostly on something like a Surfer. You can copy it on something like an America Chavez, which I do as well, in order to have a lot of power vertically in one lane. Of course, having that extra energy from Fallen One allows that to happen. But your main usage is going to be with Surfer. It's not a bad, Maverick hit too. Having 2 Mavericks is pretty good, I would say, for the most part there. But that's your main combo piece, to get extra Surfers or, an extra additional, either ongoing card. Sometimes it's on reveal cards if it's not Surfer, but it's mainly just for Surfer. But that's your main usage there for Chameleon in this deck too. You don't necessarily have to run Chameleon. You could run a different 3 cost if you want. You could run maybe something like a Killmonger if your opponents are playing on a bunch of 1-drops, because your only 1-drop is America Chavez. So after you get that that buff onto your Captain Carter Blade, you could potentially use it for that. Which not too certain. That's kind of what you want to do, kind of thing there, because that would kind of negate some Captain Carter value. But even if it's not something like a Killmonger per se, you could try something not like a Torch for Steps, or maybe Sage wouldn't be the worst. Probably more so like a Red Guardian or like a Cosmo. One of those two probably I think would work well as having another tech card, a tech 3-drop. Could be nice. Makari's okay, but you kind of want to be able to set up your board in such a way to get that Carter value and your opponent not necessarily know where your power is going to be going. It's kind of the thought process there. Hope Summers, maybe if you also want extra energy, playing cards onto your Hope Summers lane. Of course, you can't bounce cards really back to your hand, so they're kind of stuck on the board in that Hope Summers lane, so maybe not Hope there. But that's another just interesting idea you could potentially mess around with, or even a Surfer for Steps, a Luna maybe, if you want to have that extra energy. there's a couple different options. I think you could just like mess around with this list if you don't want to do chameleon things and you want to have different on reveals or more, tech cards to mess around with. But this list was a lot of fun. We're going to jump right into some gameplay from stream. If you guys do enjoy the video, definitely feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Let me know down below. What are your guys' current thoughts on the meta? What are you guys playing right now? I haven't made a Surfer video in a minute, and it was great to be playing Surfer again. So definitely give this deck a try if you're trying to just play something a little bit different and actually get some good Surfer value. But yeah, we're going to jump right into gameplay, and I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Well, Fallen One on Valhalla doesn't give you like 10 energy. It still sets your energy to 5. Still sets to 5. Onifer might do Cosmo on Valhalla. It's kind of the setup, I'm thinking. Okay, we get the Horde. He never has Cosmo. What's going on, Desmond? Welcome in. Welcome in. Ooh, do I go load it all up? I mean, it's going to be Scarlet Spider. It's going to be Scarlet Spider. I don't hate the snap, though. The Viv onto Deadlands is pretty nice. They Prodigy. Omniversal. I go Chavez into Viv. Oh my goodness. This is kind of gross, no? I'm going to set it up in such a way so he thinks I got Sholo. We could do Maverick Middle, that's true. If it's Omega Sentinel, I don't hate it. Let's do this. They once in future into Omniversal and Agony. Okay. I can do that into that and that. It's Carter, so I buff Maverick into either Big Broods, right? I mean, they'd be huge broods. I think it is this into that, though. I think that's the play. Yeah. Do that into that. Scarlet Spider, Omega Sentinel. Okay. Scarlet Spider, Omega Sentinel. Scarlet Spider, Omega Sentinel. to Scarlet Spider, Omega Sentinel, into Scarlet Spider, Omega Sentinel. Cool, that'll work. That will work. So much fun. Hello. Hello. Erisham, oh Erisham. Much love to Presticles. Much, much love. Snow Guard. Whoa, dear. Bro, they got Candy Cane Rainbow Kirby on Erisham. Interesting. Scarlet. They're running Scarlet Witch and Erisham? Oh, Superflow. I like that. Aha! We both have extra energy now, my friend. Aha. Alright, here's where we can get really cool stuff here. If this hits Fallen One, I snap, by the way. If this hits Fallen One, we snap. Yo, Perk's in the building too? Holy. How you doing, Perk? Welcome in. Alright, come on. Big money. Actually, can I snap without that? Dazzler. Huh. I think we actually can. I think we can snap right here. I think this is good. This should be good. We have 6 energy. I can... You could Carter Mav. All right. That's true. That's true. That's true. Silver Samurai hits my Brood and hits the Bear. All right. We have extra energy. Oh my. So this is... I think it's that. Yeah. Actually, let's do... No, I like my original play. I like my original play. I like the original play. Okay, that'll work. That'll work. The Pixie Chef is in the house. Oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. What am I doing here? I think I'm doing that, actually. Nico, change location. Pixie on the left. Oof. Super Adaptoid. Super Adaptoid. See, I actually don't hate this. Surge. They take away Surge's animation. Warlock. Okay. So, what are we doing here? I lose to like She-Hulk. How do I win this? Is it this? I could beat She-Hulk, right? Oh, he can't play any big cards right, so he has to commit. Taskmaster has to go right. He can't go Shuri Infinite things. She-Hulk, War Machine. Cool. That'll work. That will work. All times when I face them. But I have no idea why. Oh, this is cool. This is some cool stuff. Castle Blackstone. Pixie. Ooh. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for them. Camp Lehigh. Great card for me. Beta Ray Bill. The Beta Ray. Bro, we have old Gwenpool. The old Gwenpool. Thor. And Wasp. Can I snap this? Oh my gosh! Right? This should be snappable. Should be. Should be. Okay. It's just this, right? Simply. Okay. Hammer. Hammer. Odin. Bro, 20 power. Brute is crazy. Oh my gosh. That's gross. Phantomax procs as well. So, kind of donezo. Okay, so we're going to go Surge into Carter Fallen Ones, probably the line here. Depending on what we get. There's a world if we get, like, Valhalla Middle. We set up things a little bit differently. It, like, genuinely just depends on what we end up drawing here. Like, that's the main kind of gist of what we got going on. Okay, we're taking our time. We're taking our time thinking about turn 1. Hydra Bob. Okay. Miniaturized Labs. Okay. Removing Bob on to Craven's the Hope. Okay, goes middle. Oh, this is going to help for Prio for them, right? Valhalla. If they have Cosmo, I'm in a rough spot. If they don't have Cosmo, this isn't half bad. Okay, Hydra Stomper. Okay. That's kind of cool. If I go Fallen 1, you think we Fallen Right? Oh yeah, Fallen Right's actually pretty good. Fallen Right. They play both. Okay. Into Batroc and Negasonic. That's fine. Okay. Viv moves there. I have 8 energy. I can't do my whole play. If I do this, that's pretty good, right? Or it's this. Yeah, we go right. Batroc goes middle. They Miles Cannonball. Legion. Oh. That's fun. That is fine. Cool. Yeah, I was not expecting the Legion either. I was expecting Cannonball. Which we beat Cannonball as well. Which is good. Nerf Chameleon. Nerf the Chameleon, please. Clintar. Ooh. Go Agony. Wait, Agony Carter's really cool, right? Agony Carter's really, really good. Into Gwenpool, right? That's going to be Drax. This happens first, though. Yeah, Chameleon was in the movie, but still. We're going to snap here. Because this should be pretty good. How you doing, Avocado? Welcome in. Doom. Oh my. That's kind of gross. That is kind of gross. What am I playing here? Am I just doing Brood into Surfer Shawl? It's either Brood right or it is straight up just... I think it is just Shaw right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys did stick around the very end, let me know down below. What do you guys think of the deck? I think this deck is very fun. I had a lot of fun with it and we climbed, like I said. So not mad with that at all. If you guys, like I said, enjoyed the video, definitely feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. We got all the new buyer busts coming out this weekend, so be on the lookout for all those. I think I'm doing the Season Pass Super Premium on Saturday. And then I'm doing the... new card, I think, is Wolverine on Sunday, and then we'll probably have a new deck guide on Monday. And then content's going to get a little interesting here. I'm still going to be trying to post as much as possible, but we do have baby number 2 coming on the 12th. So that's going to throw everything in a loop. And we're also moving on top of that. So we got a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I'm going to try and post as much content as I possibly can because I'm still enjoying the game right now. And I'm really thankful that you guys are enjoying the content. But yeah, hope you guys have a great weekend. It's been real. God bless, and Tucker out.